Hello there, today is Tuesday on the Fab 5 Collab. My name is Richard, and today we're talking about same-sex couples and should they raise children. There's a movie about two lesbians raising two good kids. One goes off to college, and the other, well, he just looks pretty good. There's a song about a little kid having two fathers.
They're cool and sometimes strict, but we're all doing great. I have two fathers, two real fathers, and if they ever have to, they both can be my mom.
And then there's Zach Walls, who got up in front of the state legislature and exclaimed why it was okay for his two lesbian mothers to get married in the state of Iowa and why they shouldn't vote against it.
The artificial insemination had worked and they wouldn't even acknowledge it.
So what's wrong with same-sex couples raising children? If you want what's best for your kids, one surefire way to provide them with a healthy, happy home is to make sure that they have lesbian parents. In a long-running study of lesbian families, 0% of children reported physical or sexual abuse. Not even one report of that in a lesbian family. And in the general population, there's like 26% of children that report physical abuse and like 8.5% that report sexual abuse. And this study was done by the Williams Institute, and I put the link to this study down in the description box. When this study of this the news of this study first broke, the responses were kind of mixed around the country, but it did spread pretty fastly in the LGBT community, and the mainstream media had reported it as the latest in recent news about LGBT parents being as up to par as straight parents. And unsurprisingly, there were conservative groups that picked that study apart, of course, and they were trying to find reasons why it was not correct. No matter what the reactions about that were, however, that study undoubtedly had kind of put a nail in the coffin of this traditional notion that children need both a mother and a father. This research was just one study. There's been like a long line of work showing that children of same-sex parents are just as well adjusted and happy as those that are raised by heterosexual parents. There was a 5-year review of about 81 parenting studies that were published in the 2010 Journal of Marriage and Family, and they had reported that children that were raised by same-sex parents are statistically indistinguishable, is what they said, from those that were raised by straight parents, that in terms of self-esteem, academics, and their social adjustment. The American Academy of Pediatrics, the Child Welfare League of America, the National Association of Social Workers, the American Medical Association, and there were some other groups that all agreed that same-sex couples are just as fit to parent as their heterosexual counterparts. I mean, obviously today's perfect family is just not what it used to be. There's this widely held belief that heterosexual nuclear family is best for children, and for so long it's been used as a smokescreen for homophobia, and as also on TV you hear it used as a talking point to quash marriage equality and the like. So back in 2006, the New York Court of Appeals ruled against same-sex marriage because the legislature rationally believed that it was better for, or irrationally believed that it was better for children to grow up with both a mother and a father. But as studies have shown, it just really isn't better. That hasn't stopped people from using kids' best interest to make political points, however. And these studies show that straight parents are showing that straight parents are superior. Largely flawed studies. You know, you get them from the right all the time. Instead of comparing straight couple parents with same-sex couples, those studies usually contrast straight married couples with straight single mothers, and they ignore any other family structure that has nothing to do with gender. So why do we keep insisting on hanging on to an antiquated view based on bad science? Because it's never really been about the good of the children. Apparently, abandoning children was better than supporting families that don't look like your own. For instance, when Judge Walker struck down Prop 8 in California, he made mention that same-sex marriage ban existed as some kind of an artifact of a time when genders were seen as having a distinct role in society. And in marriage, that time has just passed. Traditional roles and families it's old news for everyone, and change isn't going to come very easily. That isn't to say that traditional nuclear family is bad or that it's completely dead just because it's not necessarily what's best for children. Lesbian parenting stats aside, I'm not suggesting that all kids would be better off with gay parents than straight ones. But if traditional family advocates hang on to, at all costs, to their supremacist view of what parenting looks like, it's not just the children that are going to suffer. It's families and actually the entire progress of the nation. So, in my opinion, there's no one right way to parent. There's no magic combination of genders that produces the most well-adjusted child. Everyone can only do the best that they can at loving their kids and building their families. So if the goal here is happy children, let's focus on that, and let's don't force Americans into an antiquated family model that we've moved beyond.